You're picking a farmer over your own flesh and blood? My father's voice thundered through his mahogany-lined executive suite, shaking the walls of his downtown Seattle empire. This is madness. Emily, you've lost your damn mind. His fist crashed onto the desk, sending his CEO of the Year trophy wobbling like it might bolt for the door. Across the room, my mother perched in her tailored Chanel suit, blotting her tears with a monogrammed handkerchief, while my little sister, Chloe, gawked at me like I'd sprouted horns. I'm Emily Harper, 35 years old, and after a lifetime of playing the perfect corporate princess, Stanford MBA, VP gig at Harper Industries, the whole gilded package, I'd finally found the guts to chase what I wanted. Love over luxury. And holy hell, did that flip my family's world upside down. He's not just a farmer, Dad, I shot back, forcing my voice to hold steady. Luke owns one of the top organic farms in the valley. He's smart driven. Dad cut me off, his sneer sharp enough to slice steel. While you were mastering a billion-dollar company, he was mastering cow manure. You're tossing everything we've built, your trust fund, your career, to play farmer's wife. Here's the kicker. I met Luke Carter at one of Dad's own swanky charity galas. He wasn't even on the guest list, just a last-minute stand-in for some local business owner. Picture this, a guy in a slightly wrinkled suit, surrounded by slick suits bragging about stock portfolios and private jets, passionately preaching soil health and sustainable farming. I was hooked, not by his bank account, but by his vision preserving land, lifting up small growers. Real stuff. I've made my choice, I said, squaring my shoulders. I'm moving in with Luke next week. Wedding's in 3 months. I'd love for you to be there. Dad's voice dropped to an icy growl. Walk out that door and you're done. No job, no trust fund, no family safety net. I scanned the office one last time. Staged family photos, the glittering Seattle skyline. The life I was supposed to crave. Then I slid my company ID and credit cards across his desk. Goodbye, Dad. Mom. Chloe. My heels clicked on the marble floor as I left, Mom's soft sobs and Chloe's muttered, "She's totally cracked," trailing behind me. People hear I ditched a 7-figure salary and a corner office for a farmhouse, and they assume I had a breakdown. Truth is, 6 months on Luke's land has given me more peace than 2 decades in corporate Shark Tanks ever did. Sure, swapping my Tesla for a pickup, my Louboutins for muddy boots, and my penthouse for a creaky 100-year-old house was a jolt. The first time I helped deliver a calf at 3 a.m., I nearly dialed my old driver out of reflex. But there's a raw realness here my old life never had. My family's response? Predictable. Mom texted daily with eligible bachelors from her country club. Chloe spammed me with job postings from rival firms. Dad? Total silence, except for his secretary's monthly calls reminding me of the life I'd abandoned. They didn't get it. Luke wasn't some hayseed. He had degrees in agricultural science and business, turning his granddad's failing farm into a sustainable powerhouse supplying upscale restaurants across 3 states. To them, though, anyone without a boardroom wasn't worth a damn. Last week, we sent out wedding invites. Mom mailed hers back with a melodramatic note about watching my ruin. Chloe called to bail, citing a business trip she'd clearly booked to dodge it. Dad's came back unopened. Then, while helping Luke with property papers, I spotted something wild. His farm included a pristine lakefront plot, the exact land Dad needed for his big resort project. "Oh yeah," Luke said, casual as ever. "Your dad's company has been hounding me for months with insane offers. My granddad swore to keep it agricultural. Best soil around." I froze. Dad's pet project, his boardroom bragging rights, hinged on Luke's land, the nobody he'd dismissed. I didn't tell Luke the full story yet. I needed to process this cosmic punchline. Next morning, collecting eggs, still a shock to my manicured hands, my phone rang. Mom's voice oozed honey. "Emily, darling, we've been too harsh. Bring Luke to dinner Sunday. Let's talk." Then Dad chimed in. All syrupy. "Princess, we should meet this guy. Make things work. We're family." Standing there, boots caked in mud, chickens clucking around me, it clicked. They'd sniffed out Luke's leverage. This wasn't love, it was a deal. My stomach churned. That night, watching Luke plan crop rotations, oblivious to the multi-million-dollar game he held, I spilled it. My parents want to make amends. I think it's about the land. His phone buzzed, another offer from Harper Industries, double the last. He declined unfazed. Your dad's resort can't happen without this, I confessed. It's his obsession. Luke laughed. He's been pushing for months, never mentioning you. Guess he didn't want to admit his daughter's marrying the farmer who keeps saying no. Sunday dinner at the Harper mansion was a masterclass in manipulation. Mom rolled out the fine china, fresh roses, my favorite lemon tart from childhood. Dad flashed his deal-closing grin, the one he used on skittish investors. Luke, my boy, he boomed, as if he hadn't spent months trashing him. Welcome. Emily says you're quite the businessman. Luke, in pressed jeans and a button-down, took in the chandeliers, the art, the floor-to-ceiling views. Nice place, he said. Those heirloom roses out front are gorgeous. Though might check him for black spot. Saw some wilting. Mom nearly choked on her Pinot. No one dared critique her prize garden, but he was right, I'd noticed it too. Dinner was a chess match. Dad pivoted to business. Luke, your sustainable farming's impressive. Ever thought of scaling up with a partner? We're already expanding, Luke replied, digging into Mom's roast. Just broke ground on a greenhouse, self-funded. I hid a grin. He hadn't told me that. Checkmate. Then Dad went for it. That lakefront parcel. I've got proposals that could make us all winners. Let's talk numbers in my study. With respect, sir, Luke said. It's not for sale. Not about cash, it's about a promise. Keeping something worth protecting. Dad's face went crimson. Everything's got a price, son. Name it. Not integrity. Not promises. Not Emily's trust. The room went dead silent. Mom's wine glass trembled in her grip. Dad's growl broke the tension. You don't get how the real world works. That resort means jobs, tourism, progress. You're too stubborn to see it. Progress. Luke countered, cool as ice. Paving over prime soil? Uprooting family farms? That's your progress. They'd be paid. More than their dirt's ever earned. Dad snapped. Till the cash dries up, Luke said. Money doesn't feed people. Our land does. I grabbed his hand under the table. This was why I'd fallen for him. Mom tried her angle. Emily, sweetie, think of your future, your kids. I am, Mom. Just not your version of it. Dad stood. Chair screeching. Leave now and don't come crawling back when you're sick of playing farm girl. You're out. There hasn't been a place for me here in years, I said softly. I just stopped pretending. We walked out. Chloe finally piped up. You're picking mud over this? She waved at the lavish dining room. No, I said. I'm picking love and meaning over hollow glitz. Maybe you'll get it someday. Dad fought dirty after that. Pressuring banks, bad-mouthing the farm, trying to poach Luke's clients. But he underestimated us. 2 weeks later, sorting mail, I found a legal packet from Harper Industries. A compromise. Keep half the farm, sell the lakefront. A note from Dad. Be reasonable. Princess. Win-win. I nearly trashed it when Luke burst in, tablet glowing. Check this, an exclusive deal with the state's biggest organic distributor. Triples our business overnight. That's what you've been plotting? I grinned. Yup. Our kind of progress. I fired back at Dad's offer with soil reports proving the land's value, testimonials from families we'd helped. And our new contract's revenue projections. Keep your resort, I wrote. We're growing something bigger. Next day, Chloe rolled up in her Mercedes, heels sinking into our dirt drive. I don't get this, she said, watching me load produce with Luke. But you're happy. And that deal. The board's buzzing. You're shaking things up, just not how Dad planned. It was a crack in the family wall. She stayed for dinner, asking real questions, actually listening. As she left, she hesitated. Show me the farmer's market sometime? A year after that blowout dinner, I was back in a boardroom, not Dad's, but a sustainable AG conference. Our farm's success had gone viral in the organic world and they wanted our story. Mid-talk. I spotted Dad in the back, his $1,000 suit sticking out among the flannel crowd. Our eyes locked, neither blinked. I told the room about choosing purpose over profit. How our co-op saved 5 family farms, how our greenhouses now fed folks year-round. One question hit deep. Weren't you scared to ditch the corporate life? I glanced at Dad. The scariest choices can bring the best rewards. Right beats easy every time. Post-conference, Chloe met me for coffee, no designer threads, just jeans. Dad's resort tanked. Investors bailed without the land. But Mom's been asking about your farm. Caught her reading organic gardening books. I laughed, picturing Mom elbow deep in dirt. Then Chloe got real. She misses you. Dad too, he won't say it. All their success feels empty now. I didn't mean to break us, I said. I just couldn't fake it anymore. They're starting to see that, she replied. Dad even called your model innovative in a meeting. 2 months later, a package arrived. An environmental study from Harper Industries showing the resort's damage to the valley. Dad's note. You were right about the land. Maybe we should talk. That weekend they showed up, Mom in jeans. Dad looking weathered. They toured the farm, Mom quizzing Luke on herbs, Dad nodding at our tech. Over a homegrown dinner he dropped a bomb. The board wants a sustainable AG division. We could use your expertise. We're not selling, I said firm. Not asking that, he said softer. We need to rethink the future. You two know how. Mom pulled me aside. I thought you were ruining your life. But seeing you here so alive, I get it now. As they left, Dad paused by the oak Luke's granddad planted. I built towers my whole life. Maybe I should have looked at what grows down here. Now our farm's a hub supplying markets, training wannabe farmers and corporate dropouts. Chloe quit her VP gig to run workshops. Mom traded suits for overalls, running our flower program and teaching kids. Dad's sutler, he links us with small farms statewide, proving profit and planet can mix. Last month, he showed me Harper Industries' new motto, growing success from the ground up. We smirked. At our harvest festival, I watched Dad teach my toddler how to pick strawberries. Mom arranged flowers with kids, Chloe guide tours. Luke joined me on the porch, grubby but beaming. Right choice. Watching the sunset gild our fields, I smiled. I didn't choose between family and farm. I showed them they could fit together. The biggest risks? They're the richest rewards. From a land that nearly split us, we grew something better. Love, purpose, and a success money can't touch.